Okay, so Johan, you've been a dad a bit longer than me, and some of your kids are quite older than mine. So maybe I must get some advice from you. So on your side,
it doesn't get easier.
it doesn't get easier. No, I think it probably does. At some stage, they start to entertain themselves. So on that, do you still entertain them, or?
So that's what's actually nice about bigger kids, that they are they can actually tell you what they want to do, and I think it becomes a more enjoyable experience as they grow up.
So does it happen sometimes at evening when you must get ready for supper, etc., that they now want mum's attention and that you need to step into the kitchen, and do you then step into the kitchen?
Yeah, but I think it's all a planned move, because they know if I'm left to take the reins of the kitchen, it's usually Mr. D that sorts us out. So they prefer to have some sort of an arrangement where mum's busy, because they know then I will produce the goods.
Okay. And then there's a menu that they can choose from.
It's a menu, and it's quick and it's unhealthy, and mum doesn't like it, but they love it.
Yeah, so there's definitely correlation between having kids and having a business. And you start a business, it's a baby, you have to spend all your time in getting this business sort of out of its nappies. And then just when you think it's out of its nappies, then something happened and you're almost back to square one. And with kids, it's exactly the same thing. You start, it's a baby, can't do anything for itself, and then it slowly turns into a human being. And then there are certain times when you realize, but what you put in, you can actually see it coming through, or manifesting in their lives as well, in the kid. We try and discipline our kids, and we still believe in old school discipline when and if necessary. And the other day I had a tough day at work, and I got home and my little boy was like, "Daddy, how was your day?" And I said, "No, my day was difficult. People at work didn't listen, and it caused a lot of issues that I had to sort out." And he was like, "Well, Dad, at home, if I don't listen, I get a hiding. So do you want me to come to work tomorrow with you, and I can give people a hiding as well because they don't listen?" And that's exactly it. That just shows you that the effort that you put in, you don't immediately see it, but over time, the effort shows, it manifests. The same in the business. You don't see the fruit of your hard work immediately. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes a long time before there's the fruits of the hard work that you've put in.
Yeah, brilliant. What I would like to just add on that is the natural evolution of a business and a child, because you put these building blocks in place, and then at some stage you just see them keep on developing, and it's as if there's another block on top of the one that's been put there that keeps on building, and that this human being that's got its own way of thinking, its own personality, its own likes and dislikes. With a business, it's the same. When you start out, you've got to get the business registered, you've got to get the premises rented, you've got to get the printer, and you've got to employ people, and it's as if everything follows on the next. So your foundation and your initial bricks have got to be right up in there, and to the highest quality that you can. I mean, and then it evolves into something great and something nice that you can be proud of.
Yeah, and also on a business, if you start a business, actually, as you've mentioned, registering the business, setting up a bank account, registering for that, and then a few months down the line, that you sort of forgot that you had to do that, because now everything is in place, and the challenges that you have then is completely different to what you had when you started the business.
Yes.
And the same with kids. Initially, changing a diaper, feeding them, making sure they sleep every 3 hours is sort of what you have to do. And then when they're a bit older, those things are no more relevant. You've got other building blocks that you now have to focus on.
Well, now we're focusing on complex mathematical questions. Well, it's complex for me in any event. For them, it's not as complex, but I mean, that's typically, it's as your problems evolve.
Yeah.
So what tends to happen is, on the way to a sporting event or a cultural activity, they usually ask me to take them. because their mum takes them. She wants to run through the whole thing again and be sure they're prepared. Whereas I just say, listen, if we're not gonna prepare now anymore. We're gonna put on some music. We're gonna have a nice slab of chocolate and whatever drink you want from the garage, and then we are just gonna do this thing. So the hour what drive there, they just relax. They prefer that I take them. So that's more or less our thing. I take them to the activities. Their mum can come with, but I'm in charge of the activities on their way there.